and Tiffany with Standing Promises, and we are going through the book of Matthew for the month of March with the Beatitudes. And they're found in Matthew 5, and they start on verse 3, and they go through the end of that little section. But anyway, Tiffany's going to read it in the NIV version. That's kind of the most common, what most of you probably have heard before. And then we're going to talk about our second beatitude that we want to talk about. So here she is.
Chapter 5, verse 1 says, Now when he saw the crowds, he went up on a mountainside and sat down. His disciples came to him, and he began to teach them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called sons of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, and falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me. Rejoice and be glad, because great is your reward in heaven, for in the same way they persecuted the prophets who were before you.
Alright, so we were talking about, we've done the first one already, so the second one, I like the Message Bible. It's the one I read out of right now. But it's worded, You're blessed when you feel you've lost what is most dear to you. Only then can you be embraced by the one most dear to you. Anyway, we were just kind of talking about kind of when you're a child. That's what it reminded us of, is, you know, like when you, I don't know, lose a best friend, or your pet dies, or I don't know, you think of childhood, like big issues that, you know, maybe your kids have, you know, or kids that you've known have gone through maybe even a divorce or something. You know, to them, their whole world is over. You know, they don't know what to do. Maybe their best friend's moving. Maybe, I mean, I'm trying to think of scenarios, but...
Well, not even big things, but anything that to you at the time, you know, like I said, you lost your helium balloon, floated away, or you dropped your ice cream on the ground, but to you, like in that moment, it's the most important thing in the world, and it's gone.
Right.
And that's what we were talking about when you're a child and those things happen. Mm-hmm. You know, your parent, you look to your parent to comfort you, and they scoop you up in their arms, and they hold you close, and you know, even as earthly parents, that's what we want to do. And you know, I was telling you a story at school. There was a little boy in another class. All my students are virtual this year, so I don't have kids in my classroom, so it gives me a chance to step out of the teacher role and kind of, I'm more of the fun aunt. Like, I show up and do silly things and then I leave. But this little boy, his class had gone outside for recess, and as soon as they got outside, it started to rain, and they had to come back in. And he came in, and he was just heartbroken, standing in the hallway crying, I just want to have fun, I just want to have fun. And, you know, my nurturing parent, teacher heart, you know, I wanted to go run and grab my umbrella and my rain boots and take him outside to play, because he was so heartbroken. And I think that's how God sees that. Like, when our hearts are broken, He wants to embrace us and pick us up and comfort us. So, and He does, but it's in those moments when we think the worst thing ever has happened. You know, we might be mourning a death, or it might be something less permanent, but it feels like the end of the world. We might be mourning a divorce. We might be mourning, you know, that we want to have a child that never seems to happen, or it might be, you know, our best friend moving away, or
right,
you know, so our children not doing the things that we would like for them to do, or not making choices that are good for them, and we're mourning that. And in your mourning, you have to recognize that you don't have control anymore, that you've lost that and it's dead and it can't come back. And, in those moments, then we're open to the comfort of our Father. We know we can't do this ourselves, and He can come in then and pick us up. And even though the situation might not change, He lets us have that emotion and have that feeling, but then also gives us the peace to know that it's okay.
Right.
I can remember, even with my own kids, or, as a child, sometimes that really simple, like my balloon floated away. And sometimes you could get another one, that might have been some, okay, well, let's go back in and get you another one. Or sometimes, that was the moment and it was gone, and
right,
you couldn't replace that, but you could just empathize with them and say, oh, I'm so sorry, and help them move through that.
Yeah.
Sometimes He might fix it for us, and sometimes He may just carry us through until we can stand on our own feet again. So
yeah, that's good stuff. So I mean, that's basically what it's just talking about, is when you feel like you've lost everything, that kind of puts you in the perfect spot to put all your energy then on God instead of the circumstance that you're going through.
Right.
So.
And that's kind of what in Crush the Chatterbox book, it talks about, when you're worried about what if something happens and what if, and you go all the way through it, and, at the end of it, what if that did happen? Well, if that did happen, God is still God. And so when you're mourning, you get to that place where you're in that what if, and that's what you find out, like, He's still God and He's still there. And so we can be blessed in knowing that no matter what else has happened, He's still going to be there with us. So
sustaining through it.
We will be comforted in that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. So that's it for tonight. That's the second Beatitude, and we'll keep talking through this until the end of the month, okay? So we appreciate you listening. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.